All right, I'd like to thank everybody coming to the Everyday Entrepreneur Podcast. We got a special guest today. We got Esteban Contreras.
Contreras.
Contreras, my
Yes,
bad.
sir. Yes, sir. Are you good?
First of all, man, thank you for coming. You told me it's your first podcast, so it's my honor to host you.
Yes, it is. I appreciate it.
So let's go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Formally, tell the people what you do.
So, what's up, guys? My name's Esteban. I'm in the Central Valley. I live in Bakersfield. I specialize in the sale of apartment complexes from the Kern County area all the way up to Modesto. Been doing that since 2020, and we're really good at what we do. You know, there's not too many people that are in the space that we're in here in town. So, I'm really excited about what the future has to hold for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this subject, man. This is my overall goal in life. Maybe when you get a little bit more money in my pocket, it's not cheap. But let's go ahead, man. Let's take it back to high school, man. What was Esteban like in high school?
Oh man, Esteban in high school. I was a little shithead, man. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I was.
Did you ever picture yourself doing this type of work?
No. I was actually a promoter for music festivals out there in Porterville. I'm originally from Porterville.
Oh, you're from Porterville, okay.
Yeah. And in high school, I would post up like flyers of the events as you know before they would.
Is it like festivals or the flyer parties at the backyards and all that?
No, well they would. So there's a promoter out there. His name's I forgot. I think it was like Kalen or something like that.
Uh-huh.
He would put together like raves.
Oh, okay.
And they would be at the fairgrounds out in Tulare.
Oh, that big fairgrounds. Okay, I've been there one time, man. It's pretty big fairgrounds too.
Oh yeah, very big. And a lot of the kids in high school, you know, they'd want to be part of the scene, so I'd plug them into there and be that plug, you know.
So that was your first type of sales type job, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And then after that,
Were you pretty good at that, or?
I was really good. Only because I really love music, you know.
How much were you selling tickets for back then?
Back then, I think it was like $15 a wristband.
What year was this?
This was 2008, 2009.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah.
In class, I graduated, I think 05 I graduated.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
so I'm
Okay.
35, so
Got
about to
it.
be 36 in 2 months.
Time flies, man.
Yes, it does, man. I miss
Time
those high school
flies.
days, man. I actually started DJing in high school. I even DJed my own prom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I actually got paid to go. Got paid pretty good amount to actually go to prom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
That's
back
awesome.
then that was a lot of money, man.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
So how'd you get into the? Man, I kind of know I followed you on social media for a while, but let's take it back to like your actual progress into the real estate game.
Yeah, so
So you got flyer parties / promoter.
I went to flyer parties. After that, I sold newspapers on.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was grinding, bro. I was selling newspapers on the side of the road, trying to make some money, and then I ended up working at Denny's actually.
Oh, shit.
After that, as a server.
Yeah.
Start off as a host.
So you're from sales to customer service.
Yeah, exactly. Went straight to that. I was a host at Denny's in Porterville, and then I got. I realized that I like being in front of people. I like talking to
Yeah,
people.
people person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the customer service part, I killed that shit, man. Like I had a bunch of repeat customers come in and just ask for me, right?
Looking for you.
It was cool, you know. The tips were good, and then I was doing serving for a little bit, and then I was in the car with my cousin Ramon,
Uh-huh.
and there was this ad that came on the radio. They were talking about, you know, learn how to buy houses with, you know, no money down and this and
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And they were saying stuff about like a real estate seminar.
Like that Tom Ferry type.
It was more like you know Than Merrill.
I think
He
I heard
has
of
this show called
Yeah.
Flip This House on A&E back in the day.
Oh, he's one of the first ones.
Yeah, one of the
before
first ones.
was Tyron. What his name is?
It was called Fortune Builders.
Yeah.
And they were selling this event up in Fresno, so I was like, hey, let's check it out. You know,
So you
sounds
scrape the money
cool.
together and take a trip out to Fresno.
Yeah, so the first day it was free, right? We went there, and of course they try to sell you on a weekend.
Yeah.
So I went, paid for the weekend, whatever. But the main takeaway I got there, man, was like, you know, time is so precious. Time is very valuable. You never get it back.
Can't put a price on it, really.
Can't put a price on time. And they taught me the concept of like, you know, why would you spend your life, your time working for somebody else, making their dream come true?
I heard
when
that.
you can work for yourself,
Mhm.
make your own dreams come true, and live the life that you want.
And for your family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they taught me the concept of, you know, don't work for money, make your money work for you.
Mhm.
And the best way to do that is through real estate, right? You put your money into an apartment complex, and you're sleeping, money's still coming in. You know,
people always gotta have a place to live. So I tell everybody, man, that's where the money's at.
Exactly. So I knew I wanted to get into real estate. I went back to my house, super inspired. You know, I knew I wanted to do all that, but I realized I didn't.
And how old are you at this time?
At that time, I was 20-ish, 21, I think.
Oh, Birdie about old enough to drink, huh?
Yeah. So I was like, I think I was 21 already.
Yeah.
And I was telling my Theo, I was like, yo, like I really want to get into it. I don't know how. And he said, dude, just get your real estate license.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna learn the business, you're gonna make some money, and that's how you're gonna get started. So he told.
Now, were you like a good student in high school at the time, or
No.
No,
Nah, man. I went to
party. Like to party around that time.
Like to party. Went to continuation school.
So you had that one day where this is enough. I had enough of this, and it's time to get serious. Or?
Yeah. Well, honestly, man, I didn't really reach that point until like my third year in the business.
In real estate.
Yeah, because when I first got licensed, I started off at Keller Williams.
Oh, pretty good brokerage.
Yeah, and that was in 2015.
Yeah.
And I didn't know shit about real estate, man. It took me 2 times to pass the exam.
Shit, as long as you pass it, man.
Yeah. So when I finally passed the exam, I got licensed. I went to Keller Williams. You know, they talk all this game, right? Like, here, we'll coach you up, do all this stuff. And they teach you stuff over at that place, but, you know, they really didn't teach you how to go and get business.
Yeah.
So when I was going to the office, I was fucking around on the MLS, seeing what's on the market, just not doing anything, you know? I would leave
all suited up, suited and booted.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would leave like around 12 and just do nothing.
Yeah.
And I was still, so I got transferred at Denny's here at the time. So I was still working at Denny's here in Bakersfield.
So you're doing the Denny's in real estate?
I was, yeah. I would go to Denny's in my suit, go to the restroom and walk out in my uniform.
Oh, man.
A humbling experience.
However you get it, man, that's all that matters.
Yeah, so...
now, are you closing escrows at the time, or selling
selling
houses, or just learning the business straight?
I started closing deals in like a little over a year in the business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How many houses?
I closed my first house. I was a buyer's agent on this team here in town, and they would feed me buyer leads, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I was working this buyer for months, and I finally got her into an escrow with a very aggressive agent here in town.
Oh, okay.
And she really she's very hard on me during that transaction, for sure. She made me work for it, you know. But I learned a lot, and it was like 2018. In the middle of 2018 is when I closed my first deal.
So you about 3 years in, or?
That was like a year and a half.
Year and a half, okay.
Yeah. And
so how was that first commission check?
Dude, I went to Ross. I bought a bunch of shit, dude. I bought a bunch of shoes. I was like, hey, Mom, you want this? I got you. Just throw it in the basket.
So how was that check compared to the Denny's check? Was it significantly more? Or?
To today's check?
No, that Denny's.
Oh, yeah,
time.
Man. Yeah, I had never gotten. It was like $4,500, and I had never gotten that much of a check. I'm used to making like $300, checks every other week, and plus tips, right?
Yeah.
And then I got this big lump sum. When I got that check, I was still working at Denny's, and I remember the manager. I was serving this table, and the manager started yelling at me in front of this table, like in front of the customers. And that's when I was like, you know what, dude, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm gonna take my 4Gs and I'm done. I quit this place.
Damn.
So I left, and I've been doing it full time ever since.
So you left, and that was the moment I'm fucking all in real estate?
Yeah. I had a choice to make it happen. And then I ended up coming across this broker. His name's Lee Barrison. Yeah. And
I think that's right around the time I started following you when Intero, right?
Intero.
Oh, it was he had his own before Intero, right?
It was Infinity and then Intero. Yeah. So Lee is a very, very good broker. He's a very good agent. At the time, he was closing like 200 deals a year.
Oh, man.
With him and his team, and he truly taught me how to sell real estate the right way.
Yeah.
How to go after business, how to find it, and just having standards in your business and just running your business like a real estate like a business.
How you're supposed to.
How you're supposed to, yeah. Because most agents really, they show up in the office whenever they want.
I heard that.
They take 2-hour lunches.
Going on vacation. Me and Gary were talking about last episode. Like these agents sell one house and take a vacation every month or something. Yeah, like that. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, and Gary was there actually when I first got into.
Yeah, that's why I met all you guys kind of like at once. Because I was kind of getting into the social media advertisement game. I figured I was gonna maybe target all the real estate agents, but
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
But at the time, it was kind of like new, and nobody really wanted to put the money into it on it, so kind of like backed off that, went a different route.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful for Gary and Lee because they really taught me, what it takes to
Yeah.
really grow as an agent in this business. So that year, I had just closed a deal that year, and then when I went to Lee, my first year with Lee, I closed 14 deals. That was 2017, and then 2018.
That's all in 1 year.
Yeah.
So Keller Williams, you went one, and then you go to
It was
the.
one deal, and then I went to Infinity, closed 14.
Oh man.
And then 2018 is when I was on track to hit 40 houses
Oh shit.
for that year.
You're talking about like almost more than triple, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And
So at that point, you're pretty much pumped up in the real estate game, right?
I'm pumped up, man. I was very good on the phones. I was
Uh-huh.
a fucking ninja on these calls, man. Like anytime somebody would say something, I'll be like, nope. Like any objection that would come my way, I would know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And I would only call expired listings. Like that was my bread and butter. When
Oh,
I was
wow.
doing residential. Expired listings, meaning when the property was for sale with an agent, for whatever reason, the property didn't sell and it came off the market.
Was it 60 days, 90 days, or
Typically it's 6 months.
6
3
months?
to
Oh,
6
wow.
months, depending on how.
if you can't sell a house in 6 months, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, yeah. And for the most part, man, it's either two things. It's either it's overpriced. It's a combination of things. It's what the agent did or didn't do to try
Yeah.
to sell it. It was overpriced or the pictures sucked.
Yeah.
So right away, when I saw a property that would come off the market, I would see the pictures. Dude, this is dog shit. Because think about it. Like when people are scrolling,
Mm-hmm.
they see a photo they don't like. All right, boom, on to the next.
Even videos now too.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So first thing I did was when I went to their house, I would take a look at it. I would assess whether or not the price was over or under.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they were priced decent, man. They were priced decent. Some of them were overpriced, and I would go, and let them know like, hey, this is what it'll actually sell for.
Yeah.
Right? Because most agents will just take a listing just to say they have it.
Or just pretty much listen to the whoever's selling the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, Mr. Seller, you want
Because they
400?
get emotionally
Okay,
attached
let's put
to it, or
up
has
at
some type
400.
of attachment to it, right? So they don't want to
Right.
let it go for cheap.
We call it buying the listing.
Yeah.
The agents would buy the listing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go in there, tell them what it is. They would trust me. And I was at 20 deals already for that year, for 2018.
Oh man.
When I got introduced to a colleague of mine. His name is Juan Bustamante.
Uh huh.
And he introduced me to the commercial real estate game.
Oh, okay, so that's when
this-
you had a one step in the commercial and one step in the
Yeah.
traditional real estate, right?
This was the middle of 2018.
Okay.
And he came from this brokerage called Marcus and Millichap.
Uh-huh.
And they're the #1 commercial sales brokerage in the U.S.
Oh wow.
So it was a corporate, super corporate type of deal. And he would see the way I would show up in the office. I would always be on the phones, 1st one in, last one out. He's like, hey, dude, I really think you'd be good over at Marcus and Millichap. And at the time, he was thinking about going back there too, because we were both at Intero together,
Yeah.
right? So we were like, you know what, fuck it, let's go. So we went. I learned I made the decision. I said, hey, let's fucking do
Now,
it.
when he first told you, were you kind of skeptical or kind of had some pushback?
I mean, when he told me about commercial real estate, I was very open to it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that I was really good at selling houses.
Did you know anything about the commercial real estate
I didn't
before
know
you
shit.
didn't know
I
shit?
didn't know anything, man. When he first told me about it, I was like, yeah, I know how to sell houses. I could probably do this. And when I went to Marcus and Millichap,
It was like, holy fuck. Huh?
I realized that everything I knew didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
It was a whole new language, man.
Yeah.
Whole new
'Cause
language.
you're talking about $1 million listings, multi-million dollar listings, 700, 800K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot more moving parts when it comes to commercial real estate, man. You have all the income, expenses, everybody runs their building different ways.
Yeah. Property management you got to deal with.
Exactly. So I went to Marcus and Millichap in 2018. We're based out of the Encino office.
Oh, okay.
So we were working out of Encino 3 times a week for...
So you left Intero completely? You were done with the whole traditional real
I made
estate?
the decision. I said,
Okay.
I called Lee. I was like, hey, man, I got this opportunity. I got to do what's best for me and my family. I saw the vision for sure.
Yeah.
And when you go there, they make you choose a product type.
Oh, okay.
So in commercial real estate, you have retail, you have industrial, land,
Like those strip malls or
office, right,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I chose apartments,
apartments, multifamily?
multifamily.
Yeah.
Right? That was my
What made you choose that?
specialization. Part of it was they recommended me to do it, and the other part was something about it just resonated with me.
Yeah.
Because I knew at the beginning the reason why I wanted to get into it was because I wanted to own. Originally, I wanted to flip, but then I realized, like, hey, there's a whole other side to real estate that I got to tap into. So just learning how these investors move around and why they buy, why they sell, is part of the reason why I got into it also.
Yeah, so you're pretty much observing all this knowledge and skills set on the
Yeah,
way. Or?
so dude, I was in this. So you go to this office in Encino, the Marcus and Millichap office, and it's literally straight out of like Wolf of Wall Street. You go in there, man. All the offices on the outside are $1 million earners.
Yeah.
And all the all the little cubicles on the inside.
It's like a bullpen.
Bullpen,
Yeah.
bro. Just young, hungry agents. Just you go in, everybody's calling, everybody's making moves. And when I was in that environment, I was like, yeah, this is the place I need to be for sure.
Yeah, that should kind of motivate you to push harder. Or?
Yeah, and then I realized like there's so much potential in Bakersfield, man. Like all these people are from LA, so they're competing with LA agents, right? And
Yeah.
if I just use that same drive for Bakersfield, I knew I can make
On a smaller scale, pretty much.
Yeah, but my first year in commercial real estate, I didn't close shit.
Oh shit.
Second year, I closed 3 deals. No, I take that back. First year, I closed 1 deal. It was a small 5-unit.
So how was that first deal for you?
So the splits at Marcus and Millichap, right? The commission splits were 50-50.
Oh shit.
50-50. So I would make $20,000 right off the top. $10,000 goes to the brokerage.
Yeah.
I'm under a senior associate, so that $10,000 gets split in half again.
So 5.
So I kept 5. Right?
Yeah.
So I closed, 3 more deals after that, and I only made $20,000 my first 2 years.
Oh shit.
And I just got married and I just had a kid.
So
That's a whole nother
so
story.
what was that like?
It was hard, man.
Was it hard?
I joke around with the guys. I tell them like, dude, I was eating ice soup for like 2 years, dude, straight, just trying to learn the game and like trying to learn commercial real estate.
So before you left for the commercial, were you making pretty decent money as
I was on,
traditional
dude,
real estate
in
commissions?
residential? Yeah, I was on track to hit 150.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
And I was doing really good.
So
I
you
had
go from that 150 just to 20, right?
150 to 5 to fucking 15 later.
Ah man.
Yeah.
Were you saving some money at the time, or?
Dude, my spending habits were shit.
Yeah. Oh
I
shit.
didn't have anything saved. I didn't know how to budget. Like it was bad.
Oh man. So how'd you kind of overcome that?
I would say I was forced to.
Yeah.
I learned how to. I just learned that I just needed to make more money.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Cause that's tough, man. That's I tell everybody who comes on here, man, having that like your wife or husband at home, it kind of supports you on that. It makes shit a lot easier compared to people that they're on your ass. Why you spending all this money? Why we're broke? I want to go here. I want to go there. That's tough,
Oh yeah, and my ex at the time, she was very good at spending my money.
Yeah.
For sure.
Probably still is.
Very, like she was very good at spending my money, and I didn't set the expectation with her. Like, hey babe, like we're gonna go broke for 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was gonna go broke for 2 years.
Yeah.
I just hopped into it, not even knowing.
Just take a
what to
leap of
expect.
faith, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it was a leap of faith, and needless to say, I'm really grateful for that process.
So 2018, you're at what? You said how many deals you closed in 2018?
2018 in commercial real estate. I mean, I had closed like 10 deals from the resi, and then after that, from 2018 to the end, I probably closed like 1 more deal. It was a $200,000 property in Cal City.
Oh shit! So you're getting into the bigger steps, then, right?
Yeah. It was a broker in Cal City. He owned apartments out there, and I was calling and I was creating relationships. And he was like, "Hey, I have this 5-unit that I want to sell." He sold it for $200,000. 5 units for $200,000.
That's cheap.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. And it turns out he had like 3 other properties out there. So I.
So what happened? You just wanted to get rid of them, or?
Yeah, he wanted to get
1031 or.
Well, he's in the weed business, so he was cashing out to
Oh,
fund
okay.
his
Yeah.
marijuana, cannabis.
So he didn't care at the time. He just wanted
Right.
some
He
liquid
just wanted
cash.
to
Huh?
free up some cash.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Talk about taking advantage. Huh?
I mean, yeah, dude. Like you gotta exactly. You gotta use you gotta utilize the opportunities that are around you. At the time, Cal City weed business was booming.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, pretty much.
Exactly.
So that first deal compared to where you're at now, are you pretty much happy where you're at now, or?
Yeah. So I was at M&M, Marcus and Millichap until the end of 2019.
Okay.
I got kind of fed up with everything, and COVID happened.
Oh shit.
So they laid off everybody in the Bakersfield area.
Yeah.
And they just said, go figure it out. So Eric, my business partner, he was at Marcus and Millichap too, but he was doing loans.
Oh, okay.
And
so he was on the finance side.
He's on the finance side.
Okay.
Yeah, he's never done real estate sales before. So this was beginning of COVID. We were at home. I was at my house. He was at his house. I was trying to make shit happen. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like,
Yeah.
we're all trying to.
It's like everybody else. Like, holy
Everybody's
shit.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
tough, man.
He called me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. What are you doing?"
And you haven't talked to each other for a minute, or?
No, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, see how he's doing, but not
Yeah.
like business or anything. And he was like, "Why don't we just do what we're doing at Marcus, but just do our own thing?"
Yeah.
So we called Lee up again.
Okay.
Hey Lee, what are you doing? He's like, just trying to survive. And we're like, hey, we want to start working.
So everybody's at a standstill at that point, right?
Everybody's at a standstill, yeah. And Lee already still had Infinity going on. Broke from Montero, had Infinity, and he had an office in downtown above Red Zone on Truxton.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, yeah, you guys use our office, go through the back, don't go through the front, keep the lights off, right? Because everybody was weird because COVID.
Oh, no, man. That was a weird ass time.
Yeah, and 2020 is when we started Central Valley Property Advisors.
So it's you, your buddy, and then is Lee on this too, or no?
No, well, Lee was just he was just the broker at the time. And it was just me and my buddy making shit happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what was that first deal like with you two together on your own?
So the first deal we got was it was a 17 unit in Rosemont.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I was working this lady for months, man, and she finally was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to sell this and that." And 17 units, we ended up selling it for $900,000.
Oh damn, that's still pretty cheap.
Very cheap, but this property was dog shit, man. Like when the inspections happened, the inspector fell through the roof.
Oh wow.
It was bad. It was very bad. And I wasn't there at the inspection, so I just
you get that phone call like,
I
what?
wasn't driving all the way to fucking Rosemont, dude. Fuck that.
Shit, dude.
And when I heard about that, I was like, oh shit. So you guys still want it or no? Like, what are we doing? Because I gotta sell this shit. And he was like, yeah, we'll still take it. So we closed that one. And then the first real good deal that we got was a 20-unit apartment behind Chewy's here in Bakersfield.
On Stein or?
Yeah, on Stein.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The new.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're built in 2010.
Like townhouses, right?
Yep. That was our first deal that we ever brokered as a team.
In town.
Oh, yeah. Shit. And that was Class A prime real estate, man. When we put it on the market, we got a full price offer the next day. It was like 12 hours.
One day, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the gentleman that bought it was in an exchange. He was selling his property.
Oh, okay. 1031?
Yeah, 1031 exchange. He was selling his property, and he was like, hey, dude, let's make an offer. So he offered on it, and we closed. Sent a postcard from that deal out to the other apartment owners in town. Let them know, hey, we're active. We sold this shit. What do now's the time.
Let us know.
Yeah, so a guy out of, he's from London, actually.
Oh, shit.
But he moved his business to LA, called us. He was like, hey, I saw your flyer. Good job. What do you think I can get from my 20 unit on 8th Street? And we're like, look, send us the rent roll and the income expense info, and we'll give you a value. So we ended up pricing it at $2.1 million.
Oh, shit.
And we actually put that, we got it locked up. We put it up for sale, and we sold it to the neighbor next door that owns 40 units.
Oh, so you just combine them together pretty much,
Monopoly.
right? Man.
Yeah, on the corner. So he's a doctor out of
Did he
LA.
contact you? You contact him?
I contacted him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, are these all pre-existing relationships you kind of had throughout the time?
I
or
established
you
them.
established them?
Yeah, I established them throughout the transaction. I called him. I said, hey, doctor, you own this 40 unit on 8th Street. I have this 20 unit for sale. It only makes sense for you to take it.
Yeah.
So he made an offer. He had his team of people come out to inspect it, and we closed escrow on that at 2.1.
Oh, shit. Now, break it down like the commercial type of real estate, like the multifamily. People think, when they go and buy a house, they get real picky. The paint, the stucco, the windows and all that. For commercial side, it's different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They really don't give a shit about the roof and all that. Cause
they
give a shit, but it's a different type of mindset, right?
Yeah, definitely different type of mindset. The main things you want to look for when you're buying a commercial real estate is make sure the roof isn't fucked.
Yeah.
Plumbing and electrical are good, and ACs are good. AC. At the end of the day, if that's good, it all comes down to the income.
So yes, it makes sense, right?
If the income is there, and every investor has their goal for why they want to buy apartments. Yeah. Some want to buy, if they're older, some want to buy something that's a little bit less management intensive. Yeah. Something that all they got to do is collect rent. They don't have to deal with work. But then you get a lot of the younger cats that are in the business that don't mind putting in that work to stabilize the property. Yeah. Because if you have a property that has shit rents and it needs a lot of work, that's opportunity for somebody that can go in, fix it up, raise the rents, and that ultimately increases the value of the property in the long run. So what's like
say I'm fresh, I don't know anything about buying apartments. How much do I need credit-wise, or How do you go about making your first deal?
Yeah, so for apartments, credit really doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
if it's 5 units and up.
Yeah.
The main thing these banks want to see is that you have experience as an apartment owner,
Oh, okay.
and if you have 25 to 30% down.
We'll say about a $700,000 unit. What are we looking at? With 30, 40,000 down, or
So on 700,000, well, let's break it down. It's like a million.
it's 20%, right?
If it's a million, yeah, if it's $1 million deal, you're gonna need at least 250 to 300,000 to make
Yeah.
it work. But at the same time, there has to be enough cash flow to support the loan.
Oh,
And
okay.
these banks want to make 25 cents per. They want the coverage ratio is $1.25. So it needs to cover the income needs to cover itself $1, and they need to make 25 cents on each dollar
Oh, each dollar.
for it to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend to people like starting out, like a duplex, triplex, or
Yeah. So first thing I would recommend is if you don't own anything and if you're not married, definitely use the FHA,
FHA?
3.5% down.
Oh, okay.
Live in one of the units, and you're basically into the property with like little money down.
A little money down.
Yeah.
Have you had people do that before, or your friends and family? You tell them. I'm
I
pretty
do-
sure they probably don't believe you, right?
Well, I do tell them that, and personally, I haven't gotten anybody into a property that way.
Yeah.
But there is an owner in town that I know very well. He owns 30,000 units across the United States.
Holy shit.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, how did you get started, man? He
Yeah.
was like, I just got started with a triplex in Oildale, 3.5% down FHA. I
Yeah.
was like, shit, that's the way to
How
go.
long ago was that, though?
This
Can
guy's
you
in
imagine?
his 80s.
Oh, yeah. You
He
probably
was
started
like,
young,
he
huh?
was like 30 to 40, yeah, when he
Yeah.
first started.
So I see now, too, you kind of building a team together. How's that going?
It's going really good, man.
Yeah.
It's going really good. Yeah, so in 2020, we
You got your cousin right here, right?
got my cousin Ramon. Yep. He started with us this year.
Was he skeptical at first, too, or?
At first, I would
Yeah.
say so. Yeah, he was.
So what were you doing at first, Ramon? What were you working at first?
I was bouncing around different jobs.
Different jobs?
I was a mailman for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did before this.
Oh, wow.
So totally green. I had like sales jobs here and there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing like commercial real estate.
So, did he hit you up, or you hit him up, or?
I mean, I would talk to him every now and then when
Yeah.
I was in the business, and I was like, hey, bro, fuck you doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was finally in a position to where I knew that I could be a good
Mentor.
mentor, a good leader. I still had stuff that I was going through, and by the grace of God, I was able to get through that, and I was like, hey, it's time, let's do it.
Shit,
And,
that's
he
true.
quit his mailman job, and he came to work with us.
That's tough, too.
And yeah, it was very tough. It was a big leap of faith for sure with this guy, man. Give him a lot of credit. And right now we have 7 guys. 7 guys on the team. We went through like 10 people so far already. The thing is, man, is like this business is not for everybody.
Yeah.
We must have been through like about 10 people to get to the solid core 7 that we have right now.
So saying you went around, you building your team, you got your cousin on board. Is anybody actually other than your family approach you to kind of come on or seeing what you're doing?
My family's definitely curious about what I do, but
Mhm.
none of them have approached me and say, "Hey, I want to work with you. I want to work with you." Nobody's really ever told me that. No.
Anybody ever doubt you when you first started out?
What's that?
Anybody ever doubt you?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They doubted me for sure. Like, and I could see why, right? You have this young kid
Go from Denny's to
going from Denny's here, right? And when I started making like good money, then they started to see like, oh shit, like he's actually making it happen.
it sucks. It's always that way, man. I don't know why, especially with family. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, man. No faith in me.
Right. Well, the thing is your family is always going to see you the way they see you, and in
Yeah.
the moment you break out of that mold,
Mhm.
they want to put you back into that mold to fit their view of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's tough too. It kind of hurts a little bit, but you got to push through it though,
At the end of the day, man, whoever's not supporting me or my goals, they get cut
Or paying
out.
your bills too. Shit.
Or paying my bills.
Mhm.
Yeah, they get cut out, man.
What about personal life? Has that been pretty good for you on the
Personal
the whole
life?
journey?
Personal life has been fun.
Yeah.
Been fun. I've been through the roller coasters of life for sure.
Yeah, same here, man.
Like I said, I went from making shit money at Denny's to making multiple 6 figures, and I was a young kid. I didn't know how to handle that, and I
Yeah.
got caught up in the partying, the drugs, the girls, and
That happens, man.
you know what I mean. And I fortunately I did not go too far,
Yeah.
but I was very close,
Just enough.
very close to losing
Yeah.
my life like multiple
man.
times. because of all that.
Yeah.
You know, but I was able to finally, you know, listen to the people that were around me that
See
really
the
cared
light.
about me.
You see the light too.
Saw the light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's multiple times where I just got too caught up, and you know, I almost drove off the bluffs, bro. Like,
Oh shit.
I was fucked up, man, and I'm never ashamed of what I've done because
Sometimes we need that though, man, to just get that bright flash and say, get
Yeah.
your shit together, you know?
for sure,
Yeah.
and I'm never ashamed of what I've done because that makes me who I am today.
Exactly.
You know what I
It
mean?
gives you the experience and the wisdom too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So personal life is good. The thing is when the basics stay the same, everything else changes. So
That's true.
sometimes we forget to go back to what got us to where we're at in the first
Mhm.
place. You know, like for me, it's exercise, reading, stuff like that, spending time with family. Like
Yeah.
when I got into the business, man, like I turned my back on my family, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I got caught up in the fast life, and my mom, my dad, they would like try to talk to me and spend time with me, and I don't want to hear that shit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm too busy fucking around partying, right?
Try and live it up while you can.
Trying to live it up, you know.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, fuck, dude. Like the reason why I got into this business was to retire my parents.
You lose track of the purpose, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And luckily there's still time, and
Mhm.
I'm glad that I'm finally starting to really.
I'm
get a
pretty sure they
grasp on
don't hold that
everything.
shit against you, man.
Yeah.
They were young ones too, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
About kids, how many kids you got, man?
I have a daughter. She's
Daughter?
4. Yeah, she turns 5 next
They will
month.
take all your money, let me tell you.
I
I
know.
got 3 of them, man. They'll take all your money.
I'm trying to teach her as best as I can. Like, you know, you got to work for what you got, right? So she
Yeah.
had this little piggy bank she saved up, and she's been wanting this Barbie camper for a while.
Oh,
and,
man.
and we looked in her piggy bank, and she was begging for the camper, and like, let's take a look at your piggy bank. And she had enough to buy it. so she bought it, and she was like so happy. She's so
Shit.
proud of herself.
Shit, my 15-year-old just broke my piggy bank. Had a big Snetta in November, man.
Oh shoot. Okay.
That was an expensive piggy bank right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but nah, it's cool though, man.
No, her second
Especially
birthday.
having girls, man, they make you soft too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a weak spot for her for
Yep.
sure.
Mhm.
But for her second birthday, man, that's when I think I was like at 250 in gross income, and I went all out, bro. Like I
Yeah.
rented out this big ass venue. I spent like $6K on her party. And I invited all my family.
Yeah.
But now that I look back, like I realized the only reason I did that was, one was for her, but two was for me,
Mhm.
to show my family that I fucking did something.
But you busted your ass for that party though, man. You know.
I did,
Mhm.
yeah, and it was fun, but you know, you learn and you grow. And
Yeah,
that's
wait
all
till that
matters.
15th, man. She's gonna want a 10K party.
I know, I know, man.
All right. So what made you start You said you and your partner hit you up and all that. So you guys started the company. How's the company doing right now?
Company's going good. Company's going good. Yeah, we're at about 120 million in sales
Oh shit.
since 2020.
Yeah.
Right now, we just put up this really, really good property. It's 54 units, new construction,
Oh, okay.
over on by City in the Hills,
Yeah.
and that's listed at 15.6 million.
I think I seen that the other day on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
man.
we put that up. We're getting pretty good interest on it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of people from LA, up north that are inquiring.
Oh, okay.
The goal is to put that in escrow by the end of the month.
Any offers? Any hits on it yet? or- Yeah.
Yeah, we are getting traffic on
You're
it.
getting pretty good. I wouldn't say luck, man, but just you can tell by the way you talking, your strategy, man. It seems like it's been working for you ever since you started.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm really grateful that I started off at Marcus and Millichat, because they really taught me how to speak the language, how to
Yeah.
underwrite properties, and how to appeal to these owners.
Yeah.
Because you get some random residential agent that comes across an apartment complex, they don't know where to start. You know?
Exactly. They don't know they say the underwriting, what they underwrite
Yeah,
on, all that.
yeah, all that stuff, man. There's so
Yeah.
much that goes into it, and if you don't know what you're doing your client a disservice
Yeah.
by just taking a listing. Like, I'm a very big proponent of, if I don't know something, I'm gonna go to somebody that does know it, so we
Yeah.
can collaborate on it. Or if I don't want to deal with it, I'll just send it to them. Like, I just got off the phone with a guy right now.
Uh-huh.
He was like, "Hey, I'm looking for a drive-through so I can put my business there."
Oh
And
shit.
I was like, "Hey, I don't do drive-throughs, but I know somebody that can."
Put
can
'em in
do
the right
it."
direction.
So I just plug them in.
Yeah.
And
That's cool,
I
man.
think a lot of agents should learn how to do that.
A lot of agents are greedy, man.
Greedy, scarcity mindset.
Mhm.
You know, well, they want it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is when you share things, you can do a lot more.
Yeah, it's better to conquer together than divide it.
Exactly.
That's what I always say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what you go right now, like you're doing pretty good in business. What do you see yourself maybe in the next 5 years or so?
Yeah. So for the future, so we started up our management company. So
property
we
management
do
or
property
okay.
management. We started that.
What made you start that?
So since 2020 to last year, we were doing straight apartment sales,
Yeah.
and we would refer all of our apartment clients over to these local management companies.
Mm-hmm.
That's our name on it, right? Because we're sending it,
Yeah.
we're vouching for these companies. None of these companies in town know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to managing apartment complexes. They don't.
You hear
man.
that a lot too.
They
man.
don't, because all they're just in it to make money off the landlord, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna fill up the units at a whatever price. You know, they're not gonna go out of their way to make sure that the rent is maximized.
But property's being taken care of actually in a good way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was this one property we sold. It was a 30 unit. We walked into one of the units, man, and there was live chickens walking around these fucking units.
What the fuck?
Live chickens, bro. And the management company was there, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't know about that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not know about that if you're managing the property, right?"
Oh shit.
So we saw that void, and
And you're giving these guys a lot of money up front too.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So we saw that void, and the one thing we're good at, man, is expanding in areas of opportunity. So like during COVID, everybody was contracting. They were scared as fuck.
Yeah.
That's when we expanded, and that worked really well for us.
Yeah.
And these management companies are they don't put themselves in the mind of the owner, and they don't run the apartment the way an apartment should be ran.
Yeah. Or even just actually taking a step foot on a property every now and then. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're good at that. We have a little over 200 units right now that we're managing,
Oh shit.
and the goal for the next couple years.
So you have a whole other team for that handles all that for
Yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah. So we have 3 other staff that we brought in to handle the management side
Yeah.
of things, and the goal for CVPA and for management is to do what we're doing, but one in Ohio and the others in Florida,
Also out of state.
out of state.
Yeah.
And eventually, the goal is to start syndicating.
Oh okay.
So we bought a house in Ohio,
Uh huh.
right, for $30,000.
That's cheap.
And we're competing.
Now is it like
against-
beat up or?
It was
trash?
It was a little trash.
Yeah.
We're competing against financed offers also, by the way,
Yeah.
when it was on the market, right? And we came in all cash, $30K, closed it, put $15K into it, and
Mhm.
we're renting it out at $850,
Oh shit.
right? And my business partner, he's from Ohio, so he has people there that can take
Keep
care
an eye
of
on
it.
it, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And the goal is to get people from California to invest their money with us in Ohio because the returns are there,
Yeah.
and do that in other states where there's opportunity.
These like a dead market and nobody's keeping focus on right now, or
What's
letting
that?
go by in Ohio.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, the thing is people from Cali, like, or anywhere for that matter, they don't want to invest out of their area because they can't see it,
Can't
touch
see
it, or
it.
feel it, right?
Yeah.
But if we can eliminate that gap, right, where we're like, look, we'll manage it for you,
Yeah.
we'll repair anything. All you need to do is put your money in, and we'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal right there.
Oh, okay. How's
For
that going
sure.
so far? Or you just already started?
Well, right now, that's the long-term goal. So for now, our goal is to take more market share here in Bakersfield. We do all those stuff all the way up to Merced. We got a guy calling in Merced right now.
Oh, that's a big area too.
Yeah, and we closed on a couple apartments out there already. We're actually going to go out there at the end of the month to meet with some more owners.
Oh, okay.
So we can list some more stuff. But to maximize our market share in the Central Valley and do the same thing in other states.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for management, our goal is to get up to, the goal is 1,300 units.
1,300.
Yeah, once we're at 1,300, it'll fully fund CVPA. It'll fully fund the management. Anything that we make after that,
Be
will
on
just be
autopilot
gravy.
after that, then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can see you doing it, man. You seem. I see your Instagram, how disciplined. You know, you wake up, get your exercise in. You do your I can see you got your notes.
Yeah, man. If I don't start,
That's
my
my
day,
that's my biggest struggle, man. Having some type of structure like that.
oh, dude, I'm barely getting into it, man. Like last year, I was very off track. You know, I would
Yeah.
wake up whenever I wanted, roll out of bed, go into the office. all
Yeah, man. But you're
groggy.
taking big leaps of faith. That's not easy to do, you know.
Yeah,
So you need to congratulate yourselves on that. It's a little bit more, man.
I appreciate
You
that.
know?
You're right. That's one thing I don't do, man. And throughout my process, like I didn't really acknowledge my wins.
Nah, no. People don't do that nowadays.
We don't, man.
They just
And-
see what they're not doing or not accomplish it.
well, the thing is I'm always worried about like, and it's okay, but like, what's next? And
Yeah.
I didn't stop to smell the roses a little bit
Mhm.
on the way there. So anytime I had a major accomplishment, I never patted myself on the back
Yeah.
or like. I mean, I don't know. Some people might have different opinions on it, but I feel like it's very important to celebrate your wins.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what you done in this short amount of time, man, that's not easy, man. So you need to really clap yourself and give yourself a hand, man. For that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
'Cause that pay might even take. I think Brandon said he started like in the '90s.
He's been doing it
He's
for a
doing it
while.
for a long time, man.
Yeah, I tried to close a couple deals with him before I was
Yeah.
at Marcus and never got anything going, but I'm glad he's still doing good.
Yeah. Shit,
He'll
you're
always
doing,
do good at what he does.
for the amount of time on that's very impressive, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Any shout outs you want to give, man, to anybody?
Yeah, man, I want to, first of all, shout out God, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here.
Amen.
If he wouldn't have woken me up that day when I was about to drive off the side of the cliff, I wouldn't be here,
Yeah.
you know. He's the reason I'm here. And I want to shout out to my parents because they put up with me and they've really
Still putting up with you.
they're still putting up with me. They've had my back through all this. They never really, I know it was close. I know they were almost turned their back on me like I did to them, but they really held it down for me. So I really love them and appreciate them for that. I want to shout out my team over at CVPA, all the guys over there holding it down, making calls like they're supposed to. And my partner Eric, man, this guy, I'm only child, right? And this guy's been like an older brother I never knew I needed.
Seems like it always seems that way, man. You just pass cross at one point and nothing happens. Then later on, now you get a phone call and nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like a brotherhood after that.
Super grateful for that guy, man. He's really bent over backwards to make sure that I
Keeps
don't
you in
kill
check too, I
myself.
imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely keeps me in check, for
Okay,
sure.
cool, man. All right, man.
And
Well,
shout out to you, man, for having me on
you
here.
know, I appreciate you guys coming, man.
course.
Like I said, this is only the 4th episode, and it's been a couple of years already, man. Procrastination at its finest, man. But I'm trying to make it happen, you know.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so we want to give Esteban a big round of applause for coming through. I appreciate you give his insight to the multifamily slash. You want to say wholesale, right?
No,
No.
we don't do wholesale.
Multifamily part of the real estate game, which you really don't get the chance to really hear. And hopefully, man, we get you to come back and maybe get Ramon or your business partner on here too.
Of course.
And we can do recurring guests, man.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions on like evaluating apartment complexes, or even if you have a deal that you want us to look at, we'll be more than happy to do that for you guys.
Yeah, we'll put all Esteban's information down below in the links. Shout out your IG or
Yeah,
website?
my IG is Esteban Cells _ or it's underscore Esteban Cells.
and then
then-
Central Valley
And
Property
then
Advisors.
Central Valley Property Advisors is our Instagram. Make sure you guys give that a follow.
Phone number 2.
661-617-0074. Call
right.
me, DM me. I'm here for you guys to help in any way I can.
All right, you heard it first. Esteban, thank you, man, for coming.
Thank you, Steve.
And
Appreciate
we're out.
it.